things they want.
Right.
So I'm keeping an eye on
They're not
on
being
these people.
truthful is what you're saying.
That's what I would like, truthfulness from my my
Yeah.
representatives. But
You had you had the day lines would come down in the summertime.
yeah.
And of course, we went down there and went through the scramble and the stuff. They'd park at the toe and the kids, people would throw coins at us. And
Sure.
we'd pick up a few cents that way.
Yeah.
And then the ferry boat, see, was before the bridge. We had, we used a big ferry boat.
Yeah.
We took the trucks and everything over to Athens. And then when the bridge got finished, then the ferry got down till now it was just a small ferry boat. Take a few people and the cars over.
Yeah.
Nobody was using it. They would run down and you go across the bridge quick, gone. But all that was done in Roosevelt's time.
Right.
Right.
Now, in that what we call Fergery Harbor, down that little harbor where the camps are, there's kind of a little island at low tide. There's an island right there, right in the middle.
You mean you're back in the North Bay now?
Yeah, that's right.
When there's tide, there is an island there.
There was always there, that island?
That island was always there.
Right smack in the middle.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of in the way.
Well, they
Right.
used to, when the cars were lined up waiting for the ferry,
Oh.
Yeah.
these kids would go up and down and ask if they wanted anything,
Oh.
like the paper or a cup of coffee
Right.
or
Right.
candy, and they'd give them money and they'd run to the railroad station
Right.
Okay.
Get it.
and buy it. Then they were hoping, of course, the ferry would have come and the people would have left.
Too late to
And they
deliver.
had
And they were gone, so then we sell it to the next line up and But all that, we lived down there. That's where we played and worked and messed.
Yeah.
Now you were the oldest in your family, is that correct?
Right.
And so how did you find time to take care of all your siblings and have all this playtime too?
Probably the old Hungarians. Sweet. I don't know. My father died when he was 40 years old. I was the oldest, 10.
Yeah.
Ray's the youngest today. He's going to be 81 in April.
Wow.
He's and we're all still alive, thank God. I lost my train of thought there. but
Well, that's all right. Where does Ray live?
Ray lives out in Stuyvesant Falls, isn't that
Oh,
neat?
no
That
kidding.
was right on the river.
On the river.
Ah.
Right on the river.
Wow.
Right on the river.
Right down in Stuyvesant where there's a
Yeah,
landing.
You're down there, no, right down on the river.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he might have a memory or two, huh?
When
My
he
sister.
moved there,
Yeah.
he was on the river.
He was on the river.
Now it's all grown in and filled
Right.
in.
Right.
Now he's on the railroad track.
Some beautiful railroad track frontage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you'll tell all your kin, I hope, that your pictures are up and that there's an opening, so they come and see them. I hope.
Well, we hope they'll come.
Yeah.
And
Now you're an artist.
I don't paint anymore.
You used to paint.
I haven't painted since
Mm.
I lost my sight.
Yeah.
I don't know, I painted maybe 24 pictures in my lifetime. I painted when I was in the mood, like
Yeah.
I'd paint, I see something that might strike me, I'd write it down on I'd get a piece of paper and kind of scribble it all out and maybe write the colors and stuff, and I'd get time or something, I'd paint it.
his palette was always a paper plate.
Oh,
He
okay.
was not
It
trained,
works.
or he just did it
Yeah. Yeah.
for his own pleasure.
And that stuff that I use is down in the cellar here.
Oh, yeah.
And when the cellar flooded was the second of the year we moved in here, and of course it ruined everything.
Oh no.
My suitcases all
Oh, that's
changed.
a shame.
My easels,
Yeah.
everything all shot. And my golf clubs.
Oh dear. Well, the paint tubes might clean up because
Yeah,
they're
I
safe.
tell you the truth, I didn't even buy. I haven't checked it. I've
Yeah.
never. I my son-in-law comes, he'd change the storm windows or something, and I go down, he'd put the light on. I let him do all the,
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
Kind of sad to see everything get moldy like that.
right,
Hmm.
but what are you gonna, it happens.
Well, as far as fishing goes, now I know that that wasn't your branch of business so
No,
much, but
no.
but when the shad were in, was it kind of a business there? Were people smoking them or drying them or
No, not in the North Dock.
Okay.
Now, when the shed was in, Ronnie Nunnewaker, Ronnie Nunnermaker,
Runamaker, yeah.
and the tall fellow that was with him had a long horn. They'd go up the street dragging a wagon
Yeah.
when they get with the shed and what they got, and they'd go up Chapel Street and down, come around, stay second, first, third street back. There was a lot of Jewish folks there. And they'd buy that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And they'd go up and blow the horn, and they'd come out, they'd sell them the fish. And when they filled up, they went back down to their shack.
Yeah.
And I think they drank more than they did anything else.
Were the shad? Did they come filleted or did they just roll them up in newspaper?
They were just alive. They just put them. They had like a tank. They put them right in there. They're still alive.
Wow, wow.
Well,
wow.
you said you knew Nacky.
Yeah.
Yeah, Everett Knack.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know him personally. I know his sons, but you want to say anything about Everett Knack? I'd be glad to hear it.
Well, just he was a real nice guy, and he knew the river.
Yeah.
I mean, he really was in the shed business.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
he
in the
was.
shed business.
That's
right.
what he did. Yeah.
Right. And he operated more, I think, a little bit south, down by the towers.
He spoke
see.
once at our historical society
Yeah.
meeting.
Great.
We were active in the Greenport Historical.
And your sister wrote the book, right?
Yes, my
Yeah.
sister wrote the book. But Everett, we always call him Nacky.
Nacky.
He spoke once
Wow.
about the shed and
Yeah.
how he came. You would have loved it.
I would have loved it. He knew his stuff, didn't
Yeah.
Pardon?
he? He knew his stuff.
Yes,
Yes,
he
he
did.
did.
Yeah, and I think
He
it's,
was in the National Geographic.
was he
book.
really?
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Something, a little,
Yeah.
Yeah.
clip about him.
I'll find that.
Now, when I used to have these boat races. Now we used to go down the park or down and watch that boat. And went to playing Piper Cub, or guy was taking pictures of one of the maybe it was a brother or something, and he climbed into those towers.
Oh dear.
I was down at the end of the park watching.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's the end of him.
Wow, that was the end of the.
Yeah.
So we ran back down to the North Dock, got our boat out, went on down there.
Sure.
We were down there as fast as the police and everybody else
Yeah,
was.
yeah. You were the first responders.
We were pretty much. We were 12, 14 years old, that age area. I know. And when they brought the plane up, there was still the two of them sitting in the cockpit.
Oh dear.
A man and a woman.
Oh dear.
And then when I was a freshman at St. Mary's Academy, was burned to the ground. Airplane, an army plane came over, crashed dove into the bay,
Oh,
South
boy.
Bay, at the foot of Mount Marino there.
Oh boy.
And probably parts of the guy's body in the airplane still in the
How bad?
muck.
How bad?
Because they took a good part of it out. His body kind of put it in a jug. I remember I was
Oh yeah.
down there in a barrel.
That's gruesome. Now, what year do you think that was?
I was a freshman in St. Mary's Academy, and I graduated in 41.
Okay.
So 40,
37?
37.
39 to 37.
Okay. Before the war.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, this was all happening before the war.
Okay. Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Say when they were dredging out in front there
Yeah.
of that and pushing the stuff out in the middle and into the South Bay.
Right.
The South Bay, they really the dredging. They killed the South Bay.
They
as far
did,
as
yeah.
that. I mean,
They fill it with a lot of cement, some tailings or dust or something, and I find it in there.
Oh.
It's hardened under the
Really?
water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, see, the cement company had a railroad track came right down
Yeah.
to the river here.
Yeah.
And they load up those freighters. They'd come up with their barges and load them up with cement
Yeah.
and take them back.
Didn't they build Ten Brook Row for the cement workers? That whole,
Right, Ten Brook Road.
yep.
Yeah.
That was
And
all
they-
for the cement workers
Right.
and their families.
Yeah.
Right,
Right.
yeah. Yeah,
And then the Ten Brook House
right,
was the big house.
The big house up there,
Right.
yep, on the
And
hill.
they had the orchards.
right.
Okay.
Right.
And one now, there was a Cornelia Ten Brook. In fact, there's still a Cornelia living there, her daughter, and I forget what her last name
Oh,
is.
wow,
But,
okay.
well, that
Yeah.
wouldn't be of interest to you people. But they had a very old Bible.
Oh yeah.
And I've heard people in the historical, she's been there, and I mean, it was really a wonderful artifact.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
Probably had the family written, the
Yeah,
family tree in the
family
front.
Bible.
I'll bet.
Wow,
Those are great. I love to.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you know the family records that are kept in them are amazing.
I can't think who lives there now. Her Cornelia Ten Brook's daughter,
Mhm.
Cornelia. Of course, she's not young now either, but she and her husband live in that house.
Still, wow.
Now, I have a question. Do you have any pictures of you at the Fagari when you were there? Of some old shots?
Do I have any pictures?
Yeah, photographs?
You told me once they were in a box in a closet somewhere, and I guess you never found them.
And I never found them.
Too bad.
No.
Well, keep looking.
Rudy might have some.
My brother might have some, I'm gonna ask him.
Great. Well, you know what I could do is scan every one of them so that you know, and give them right back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that people we can have copies and the city can have them and the historical people because once the one thing, a little piece of paper is lost, that's the end of it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'd be happy to do that.
See, a long time ago, that mill was just quite busy down there. And the local,
Yeah.
a lot of people worked down in there. The ladies were down there sewing, and the men, and the building that's collapsed, they had a,
Hmm.
what they used to do, they used to have pick clothes up,
Oh, like go through the wool or something, clean
yeah,
wool.
do something, yeah,
Yeah.
and that end of that building that's collapsed now, we used to go down and
Well,
up
when
to
our
the,
children were little, I used to go down there and buy like little shirts.
Right.
And,
Wow.
you know, they sold to the public
right,
Yeah.
at the factory.
yeah.